I'm Anna. Welcome to Chair Yoga. This afternoon, we're going to do a sort of a brief practice seated in a chair. You can use any kind of chair as long as it's very stable wherever you put it, either on a rug or maybe a yoga mat. My chair is on a rug. And the only props that you're going to need are either a regular yoga strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a scarf. I'm going to use my favorite scarf today, my favorite leopard scarf. So as we come into practice, I want you to think about how you feel today, where your body is today. If you're feeling tired, you don't need to do too much. If you're feeling energetic, again, you don't need to do too much. It's never good to overextend yourself, to press through pain of any kind. Pain is our body's way of telling us maybe that we're doing too much. My philosophy of yoga is less is more. I'd rather have you guys do less and come back to the practice than do too much and feel like you can't come back and practice another day. So, again, honoring your body, really concentrating on your breath, and then just enjoying the movement. It's really not how it looks, it's how it feels to your body. So, coming into practice, we're going to work with our breath. We're going to have some movement and then rest. The three parts of every yoga class. Coming onto your chair, you want to feel stable here. Soles of the feet are pressed into the floor, the mat, the rug. Your knees are pointed directly towards the screen. Your core is engaged. Arms by your side. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale, and then inhale, sweep the arms up, bring your palms to touch. Exhaling as you draw your hands to your heart. Another inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, gaze at the fingertips. 3 breaths here, arriving to your yoga practice today. After your third exhale, inhale as you lift the gaze. We're going to bring our palms down to the tops of the thighs and relax your shoulders, relax the elbows. We're going to do a few seated cat cows. So palms pressed into the tops of the thighs near the knees. On an inhale, start to draw your shoulders back, pressing the chest out, lift the gaze, and we're coming into cow. And then as you exhale, begin to round through the spine. Palms slide to the fronts of the knees, maybe chin comes down towards the chest, rounding into cat. And then inhale, flow back into cow. And again, we're opening the chest, pressing out through the belly, open the shoulders. Exhale, rounding into cat. Inhale, flow back into cow. Exhale as we round into cat. And let's take 2 more. Inhale, open the shoulders, chest opens, relaxes, shoulders back, elbows back. We extended that one. And then exhale, rounding into cow. I mean cat. And inhale, flow back into cow. It's so easy to make mistakes when you're this relaxed. And then exhale, rounding into a cat. Think about a Halloween cat. And then inhale, come back to center. Arms drop down, wiggle your hands out, shake them out a little bit. And then we're going to take our right hand, take hold of the right side of the chair, and inhale, sweep that left arm up, bring it to center, and just go as high as you can go comfortably. Exhaling as the hand comes down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, hand comes down. Inhale on the left. Exhale down. And then inhale, right. Exhale down. This time as we inhale on the left, we're going to lift that arm and maybe do a little bit of a side stretch. Maybe look to the left. Exhale, come back through center, and then inhale as the right arm goes up. Open up the right side body. Exhale, hand comes down, and then inhale, lifting on the left. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, this time sweep both arms up, lift the gaze. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the tops of the thighs near the knees, and then inhale, lift the gaze. As we exhale, we're going to come into a gentle forward fold. So we're just going to go part of the way down, not all the way. This is our first forward fold. And inhale, come back to a tall spine. Exhale, once you get there, relax your arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the tops of the thighs. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, very slowly forward fold. And with this forward fold, you can keep your head lifted or bring your chin into your chest, whatever works for you. And maybe rock your head very gently from side to side. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale. Take a breath here. On the next inhale, see if you can lift the chin, lift the gaze. Just go where you can go. Exhale, chin to chest. Relax the back of the head and the neck. Inhale as you lift the chin, lift the gaze. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale. Inhale as you carefully turn your head to the left. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale as you turn your head to the right. Exhale, back to center. Take another breath here. Centering the mind and the body. Arms come down by the sides. Once again, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the tops of the thighs. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, this is, I believe, our third forward fold. And just go where you can go. Maybe rock your head gently from side to side. And then inhale, come back to center. Relax your arms down. We're going to look at the hips and the legs for a little bit. Let's interlock our fingers, and then on an inhale, lift that left foot and see if you can grab hold of that left knee and maybe give it a little hug. Exhale, lower down, going to the right. Inhale, lift the right foot. Wrap your hands around the knee and maybe draw it in. Exhale, lower down, going back to the left. So on an inhale, keeping your core engaged, you're going to lift that left foot, begin to hug it in. Exhale, lower down, and then inhale as you lift. Exhale, lower down. Another way to do this would be to bring your hands to the sides of your chair. Remember to keep your chest open, because when I lean over, I do this as well. I bring my shoulders forward. You want to inhale and open. Hold on to the side of the chair, and then inhale, lift that left foot without the bind. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift that right foot. Exhale, lower down. You're keeping your core engaged. So inhaling as you lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale and exhale. This time, let's interlace the fingers again. I'll demonstrate it both ways. So inhale, we're going to lift the left foot, maybe bring it into a bind. So this is called a bind. Wrap it around the knee, and then point your toes down towards the floor. Come back into a flexed foot, lower down. Inhale, come into that bind. Your foot is flexed, and now we're going to point those toes down towards the floor, and then bring them back to a flexed foot. Maybe shake the ankle out. Now without the bind, sitting nice and tall. Sometimes with the bind, we tend to lean forward. I do the exact same thing. Inhale, lift that left foot. Exhale, point the toes down. Inhale, flex. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Point, flex, and lower. And then shake it out. Place your hands on your knees and kind of rock your knees from side to side. Take a breath here. Holding back to the chair. On an inhale, lift that left foot. Exhale, see if you can open the knee out to the left. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, lower down. And again, keeping that core engaged with a tall spine. Inhale, lift on the right. Exhaling as you open. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, lower down. One more time on each side. We're going to inhale. Feel your core engage. Exhale. Inhale, lower down. Inhale. Exhaling as you open. Inhale, lower down. Now bring the edges of your feet together, knees apart. We're coming into bound angle pose. So knees apart, sitting up nice and tall in your chair. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the knees. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, little bit of a forward fold here. You can keep your head lifted if you tend to get dizzy, or if you enjoy the forward fold. Maybe chin comes into the chest. Inhale, come back to center very slowly, and then exhale. And then separate your feet. So go ahead and grab your strap or your scarf and lay it across your knees. This is my favorite scarf. And then inhale, we're gonna lift, and exhale as we lower. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. And you don't need to lift all the way up. Just go where you can go. Inhale and exhale. Take a breath here, both an inhale and an exhale. And then inhale as you lift. This time, exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, lower down. Release the scarf or the strap and shake your arms out. So taking a breath or two here, we're going to come into a gentle twist. The twist always feels really, really good as long as you honor your body and not take it too far. So arms down by your sides, soles of the feet flat on the floor. Make sure your knees are pointed forward. Take a breath here. We're going to inhale as we sweep the arms up, and then as you exhale, very, very carefully, slowly twist to the left. Inhale as we come back to center, and then exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhaling as you twist left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist right. Inhale as we come back to center. We're going to exhale, hands to the tops of the thighs. Inhale, lift the gaze, and exhale, find a gentle forward fold. And again, listening to the body, head up or chin to chest. See if you can release some of that tension from your neck. Really, really gently rocking the head from side to side. And then inhale, come back to center. Relax your arms down, shake out your hands and your wrists. Maybe extend your arms out in front of you and shake the hands and lift them up and lower them down. And just make any little shapes you like, and then relax the shoulders. Now we're going to take our strap. So again, you really need to listen to how you're feeling today. But if your legs are feeling good, your core is feeling a little solid, and you feel stable in your chair, take the strap, wrap it around the ball of the left foot, and then sit back with a tall spine. So I am sitting very centered in my chair. My back is not resting on the chair. But if you need to rest your back on the chair, that's fine too. And then inhale, extend the leg out. Exhale, lower down, lower the foot all the way down to the floor. We're going to inhale as we lift. Exhale, extend it out. Get that stretch. Lower it down. Inhale. and then exhale. And this part is optional. In fact, the whole class is optional. We're going to take both ends of the strap or the scarf, place them on your left hand. The right hand comes to the knee, and very carefully, we're going to open that hip, breathing wherever you are. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, lower it down, unbind and unwind. We're going to go over to the right, same thing. And you know what? It might not feel the same. Each side of the body is different. We never try to make them equal. I know that this side of my body feels totally different from the other. So find a tall spine once again, and then inhale as you lift. Exhale, extend it out. Breathe into the back of the leg. Lower it down. Inhale, and then exhale, send it out. Lower it down. One more inhale and exhale. And now both ends of the strap go into the right hand, left hand to the knee. And we're going to carefully open the hip, not going too far, keeping the core engaged. Tall spine. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, lower it down. Unbind and unwind. You can take the strap and place it off to the side and walk the feet out a little bit with the feet and the heels and the toes, hands to the tops of the thighs near the knees, and then inhale, lift your heels up as high as they can go. Exhale, lower down, but see if you can lift your toes up off the ground, even if you're wearing shoes. And then inhale, toes down and heels up. Exhale, heels down and toes up. One more time, inhale, toes down, heels up. Exhale, heels down, toes up. And then again, we're going to take our hands to our knees and rock them from side to side. Tall spine. We're going to come into one more forward fold. So arms by your side. Inhale. Once again, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. This should feel really, really awesome. Let's do it again. And exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Take a breath or two here. And then slowly inhale as you come back to a tall spine. And then rest your back against the back of the chair. At this point, it should feel really, really good. We're going to come into the rest portion of this class. And this is just a short chair yoga class. I'm still figuring things out on camera, so hopefully you'll give me some grace here. Arms by your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Another inhale. Exhale, palms come down to the tops of the thighs. And if you feel comfortable doing this, you can close your eyes here and begin to connect with your breath. Inhaling through the nose. And you can exhale either through the nose or the mouth, whatever works for you today. And just see if you can allow your breath and your body to settle. Maybe focusing on breathing into any of the tight spaces in your body, any of the little aches and pains and things that are going on, maybe some stress and some tension. I know right now I am breathing into my hip. We all have a place that causes us a little bit of trouble. And that's why it's nice to have chair yoga. You can still get some breath work done, some gentle stretching, and hopefully feel really awesome. A few more breaths here. And then on the next inhale, slowly open your eyes if they are closed. Maybe blink a few times. Maybe come back to the center of your chair if you feel like it with a tall spine. We're going to close the class here, arms by your side. Inhale, palms touch. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Delight in me, sees and honors delight in each of you. Namaste. And thank you so much. I hope to see you again soon.